I get the feeling today's episode's gonna be a bit of a weird one. Hi again, guys, welcome to That's Rank. And today we're looking at Old El Paso, a company that's been around since like 1938 and is mostly notorious for their taco kits. Believe it or not, they were actually first to market with their taco kits, rolling them out all the way back in the early 70s to a world that was largely unfamiliar with the taco dinner. Like, what? That was only 50 years ago. That doesn't even feel possible to me. Like, for me, tacos are a way of life. You're trying to convince me right now that they weren't a thing until my own parents were fully grown adults? Now, unfortunately, for both you and me, but more me than you, today's episode is coming without tacos, and Old El Paso has decided to expand their lineup, well, potentially expanding my own waistline with these new Fiesta Twists. And now you at home might be asking, Chris, what is a Fiesta Twist? Yeah, I have no idea. So let's find out together. Now, at a glance, at least to me, they kind of, to me, look like a churro. It's got that same, like, twisted vibe going on. Now, of course, granted, one of them here is actually churro, so that sort of helps my theory along. But now, if you're thinking, aha, I've cracked the case,
you're wrong.
These are actually corn. There's no corn in churros. A corn churro? Like, mother, please. They also advertise that there's no trans fat in these at all, which means that they're good for you, right? Like, these have got to be a health food. If you were to eat a bag of these in place of every meal, you would just watch the pounds melt away. In fact, all told, it sounds like a diet plan that I can get behind. So let's dive into these, and we'll start with queso flavored. Now, I admit, despite the fact that I'm a man who was born in Quebec, I am a bit of an anomaly for the province. I don't care for stinky cheeses. The good news is that queso does not stink. However, the makers of queso flavored snacks often do not understand this. Instead of choosing to focus on a zesty cheese, they usually focus instead on a potent smell. What I'm hoping is that a company named Old El Paso is well versed enough in queso that I don't need to worry myself about unwanted smells. Yeah, there's definitely like a funky cheese smell in the air, but it's not awful. It doesn't smell like it's been marinating in a bodybuilder's armpit for a month before packaging. Now, one thing that I really like about this is you can see a lot of powder on these twists. They didn't scrimp and save. They know what the people want. The shape itself is also interesting. It's like a fusilli pasta that hasn't quite finished twisting yet. Basically, like, I'm imagining an Italian grandma with arthritis trying to make fresh pasta, but this is what you're getting. You know, Nona loves you, but her hands are thicker than sausages and she can't do the full twist anymore. That's weird. You've had corn pops, right? I mean, of course you have. You're a person of culture. So when you eat corn pops, like every third corn pop has this weird texture to them where it's got like this little hard chunk of something that's inside of it. And really, these are that. They're like giant corn pops with these little tiny pockets of rock hard gravel pieces inside. And I'm starting to get a bit of an aftertaste. It's not good. It's got like this chemical thing going on. Now, I figured if I wasn't going to enjoy this snack, it was gonna be due to this bag belching an unwanted potent smell upon us. But that isn't the issue at all. It's actually the corn rods that I'm pretty sure are the problem. In fact, let's just investigate this powder itself scientifically. So the cheese itself, before I crunched it down, is actually a pretty good cheese flavor, so good on them for getting that part of it right. In fact, if they were to dust up a Cheeto with this powder here and call it queso Cheetos, like boom, I'm in. But this log of suck takes away from the entire thing, and I can't get behind this. No, unfortunately, because of the rod, I think that means that all three of these snacks are gonna blow. But let's see if maybe in some of the other cases, the powder can overload us and overcome the nasty stick. Really, that's their only hope here. Or I guess rather, my only hope. All right, let's dig into the churro next and mix things up with a little bit of sugar. On the churro one, I'll be honest, I don't know why they stuck with the corn recipe for this one, other than maybe just simplicity for simplicity's sake and not wanting to create multiple snack knobs. Wow. The smell of these, spot on. This bag smells like a fried churro. I'm actually really, really impressed that they hit that aspect and tickled my nose senses. So it's exactly the same thing as the queso ones, just different powder. You've been here before, like, you know the score. Oh, that's awful. So we know the texture's bloody awful. We established that already. But the flavor in this one is crap as well. There's absolutely no sugar in this churro flavor. I feel like I just took the cinnamon challenge from a few years ago on TikTok. It's also creating a film on the top of my mouth right now. Could the seasoning possibly be doing that? Like the last ones didn't do that. How the f is this one greasy? I don't know how this made it to market. Does Old El Paso lack the budget for taste tests? Like, who in your... It's dry, it's not sweet, and it's slick. Like, I don't want a slippery, crunchy snack. The last one's Zesty Ranch. You guys know how I feel about ranch. In fact, do you know what's in most ranch dressing? Mayo. And per the rules of this channel, mayo. However, because this one's a powder, I'm gonna do my best to overcome my mental roadblock and give these ones a whirl. It smells like every ranch snack that you've probably ever had. Same delivery system as the last two, though a lighter powder on these ones, as you'd probably envision for a ranch powder. God, I'm dreading this. The powder isn't awful. I mean, let's be real. It's ranch flavored, so I'm not excited, but this one never really stood a chance with me either way. And I'm not gonna be getting as intimate with these ones as I did with the other two. No. But again, the problem is this damn shaft. It's like trying to chew through a sheet of sandpaper. Imagine somebody buried you at the beach, and then instead of digging your way out naturally, you'd have to eat your way out of the hole to get up to safety. I know the dating name layup is right there, eating it. No, I'm gonna let you guys run with that one. Overall, for these Fiesta Twists, a hearty F tier for these. Total disaster. Old El Paso might know their way around the taco dinner game, but they know diddly about snack creations.